Hi, and welcome to this episode of John's Motorcycle Rescue and Review. Alright guys, it has been a super busy summer here at John's Motorcycle Rescue and Review, and I thought this video would be a great opportunity to give you an update of all the different projects that I am currently working on. The first one up here is Kawasaki's 2002 ZZR1200. I have a playlist on this bike that covers the issues that I've already dealt with on this machine. The good news is that this bike is now running and shifting and driving just as it should. I'm enjoying riding it. I've put quite a few hundred miles on it right now, and I am going through the process of trying to eliminate a very persistent front end shudder under braking. And so when I hit the brakes at the speed range from about 60 miles an hour down to about 40 miles an hour, the bike shudders very hard. And I am not 100% sure what that is at this point. To kind of chase this problem down, I have made sure that my forks are aligned properly. I've also replaced the front brake rotors twice now. So it did it with the stock rotors, it did it with the Terrazon rotors that I had put on, and now it's doing it with the brand new EBC rotors that I have on there. It's the same symptom in the same speed range, and so I'm just kind of left scratching my head. I did take the wheel over to a local shop and we checked the wheel bearings. There was some definite wear on the front wheel bearings, so I had those replaced. I have also this week ordered a brand new set of Pirelli Angel ST tires for this bike that I plan to put on. Maybe that will help eliminate the shudder problem under braking. I wouldn't think so, but at this point I am scratching my head on this one. Another thing I've done to kind of eliminate as a problem on this bike, I did pull the calipers off and completely rebuild them. I've replaced every seal in there, I've cleaned them, the pistons didn't look bad. When I had the calipers apart, I inspected the brake pistons themselves. Those look fine. The only thing I saw that might be an area of concern is that there was a little bit of scoring on the bore wall inside the calipers themselves. So to eliminate that as a problem, I have ordered a set of used brake calipers. When those get here, I will rebuild those and make sure that those are ready to go, and I will try those on this bike. Hopefully, between the new tires and the new brake calipers, I will be able to completely eliminate the front end shudder. What that means is within the next couple of weeks here, I should have this bike ready to review. I am really excited to review this bike. This is an underrated super bike from Kawasaki that didn't get much press here in the US. It was overshadowed by the Hayabusa and the ZX12R. As far as mechanical evolution goes, this bike is the last of the line for the ZX10, ZX11 series, and the whole line of motorcycles that was spawned from the original Ninja 900 of 1984. If you like great motorcycle related content and you want to help support this channel, you might want to consider becoming a member. Depending on the level of membership, members get additional bonus features such as early access to new videos and bonus content on this channel, and your support will help me continue to make good quality motorcycle content for you to enjoy. Recently I did a project wrap-up video on my 1978 KZ1000 from Kawasaki. Since filming that video, I have put about 200 miles on the bike, and it is thankfully running and shifting and riding as it should. I know I said I was done in that video with the project, but since then I have ordered a set of the stock length Hagon replacement shocks for that bike. They're an improvement over the stock units, and they're about an inch longer than the IMGO units that I have on the bike currently. The only reason I'm replacing the IMGO units is that they are a little bit too short for the bike itself, and it gives a tail kind of a lowrider look that I don't like. Otherwise, they're really functioning very nicely on the KZ1000. I've started doing the research for the KZ1000 review video at this point, and that should also be coming up within the next month or so. And then I'm going to be comparing that with other bikes in the garage, and I'm really looking forward to that series of videos featuring the KZ1000 project. Another one of the classic bikes that I have been working on lately is my 1986 FJ1200. I decided to increase the performance on the FJ1200 by replacing the stock brake lines with some Spiegler steel braided brake lines. On the classic bikes, that allows much more of the pressure from the lever to get down to the calipers themselves, and it really improves the braking on the classic motorcycles especially. While I was doing that, I also rebuilt the master cylinder for the bike. I was getting just the occasional drip out of the master cylinder, and I wanted to address that before it got on my paint or caused any issues. If you want to see my full review of the FJ1200, you can click the link above to view that. Once this ZZR1200 is completely ready to go, I plan on filming a comparison video back-to-back between the FJ1200 and this ZZR1200. I think that'll just be a fun classic bike comparison video, and I think it'll highlight the differences between bikes of the 80s and bikes of the 2000s. The last project that I have in the works right now is my Kawasaki GPZ1100. That bike has been kicked to the side multiple times as other projects came along here, but I would really like to finish that up at some point this year. Next steps on that project are replacing the rear extended swing arm with the stock swing arm and the Unitrack suspension on it. When I bought it, the paintwork on the GPZ looked great, but the inside of the tank was rusty and it had been lined. After I ran that bike for a while, I noticed that the lining on the inside of the gas tank was peeling off, so I just went ahead and bought another tank for it, and now the clean tank is on the bike and that is ready to go. My hope is that now that the 78 KZ1000 project is complete, I can dedicate some focused time to the GPZ1100 and just get that completely finished up and running like it should. Once that's done, of course, I plan to do some review videos on that bike and some back-to-back comparisons as well. Well, I'd love to know what you guys think. If you've got any ongoing projects that you're working on, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, enjoy the ride.